to my channel. But I received my ColourPop order in the mail today. I'm so excited to show you what I got. I also used new makeup to create this look right here. And I can't wait to show you. So if you'd like to see what I got and how I created this look, then just keep watching. Alright guys, so now that we are up close and personal, let's dabble into some new makeup. I'm so excited. Alright, so we're going to be using the new Wet n Wild 40 Pan eyeshadow palette. Look at the packaging, guys. I'm in love. Like, I'm obsessed. Alright, here is what she looks like. I have seen a ton of reviews saying that this is a dupe for the James Charles palette. And I can see why. It is beautiful. Takes up the entire frame. But we are going to do a sunset look today. My eyebrows are already done, and I used the L'Oreal Brow Stylist. I'm loving that stuff, guys. Okay, so first things first, my eyes are primed, and we're going to be taking this bright red shade right here and just putting that in our crease. I'm going to take a fluffy brush, dipping it into, knock off the excess. Just putting that in our crease. So, let me tell you, this is really pigmented. I'm not sure if you can tell, but I'm really digging the shades. I have used this once already, but I wanted to recreate the look that I did in my last video, the sunset look. So that's what I'm doing now. Absolutely loving this palette so far. So I'm just blending that in, and I hope you can tell. It's a really nice color. So now we're going into this bright yellow shade and going up above the red, taking this fluffy brush, swirling it around, and just placing that right up above, as good as I can. So I do have a mirror right here, so that's why I'm looking off and not at the camera. It's just a little hard to look at the camera. So far, I'm loving it. Alright, so now that yellow is done, we're going into this orange shade right here and going right below the red. Taking this little flat brush. And lightly packing that. Now you can go in with the same brush that you used for the red and just blend it out some more to define the red if you'd like. You can also do the same thing with the yellow. So guys, I'm not a professional, but I love blending makeup, so this is just the easy way for me to do it. Alright, so now we are going to take my concealer. Now I'm using the Pretty Fresh concealer by ColourPop, and putting a little bit on my hand so I can do a slight cut crease. So here's what it looks like. Just taking painting a little on the back of my hand. Like that. I'm going to be taking a flat brush. Something like this. Dipping into the concealer and lightly going over my lid. Like so. Alright, so now that that is done, we're going to be taking this really pretty shimmer white and just putting that over our concealer with another flat brush. So guys, this shade is bomb, and I may use it as a highlight. Alright, so now that the eyes are done for now, I went ahead and primed my skin. I used the Farsali Unicorn Essence that I got for Christmas that I need to get a full size of. Now we are taking the new Pretty Fresh by ColourPop foundation. It is in the shade Fair. So I'm just taking that and putting that on my hand. Oh my gosh, guys, so far I love the consistency. It's really watery and it looks amazing. That may not be very good to some of you, but I have really dry skin, some of you may know, and dewy foundation, like watery foundation, is like I'm living for it. So I dab that all over my skin, all over my face. I'm taking my Real Techniques beauty sponge and just blending that out. Okay guys, she's blending like a dream. Not sure if you can tell. But guys, I'm using no effort. I'm just barely tapping in circular motions. And this stuff is bomb. It is lightweight. It is really thin, but it's got good coverage, which I'm loving. I don't know if you can tell, but here is no foundation. Guys, loving the coverage. Probably put a little too much on the back of my hand. But guys, I'm living for this stuff. This stuff is bomb, you guys. That is just one layer. I'm probably not even going to worry about putting on a second layer because it covered. Wow, guys. Alright, so now I'm going to be taking the Pretty Fresh concealer and just concealing everywhere that needs concealed. Under my eyes. On my nose, a little on my forehead, and my chin. So the concealer is blending out just as nice. I'm loving it. Guys, this is amazing. This is every girl's dry skin, like every dry skin girl's dream foundation, in my opinion. Loving it. Alright, so now I'm going to set my face with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus powder, loose powder, and I'll be right back. Alright, so moving on to contour for bronzer, we're taking the Sunset, it is the Wet n Wild bronzer by, yeah, it's Wet n Wild, and it's the Sunset Striptease. This smells amazing, guys. Just taking my mermaid brush. Ignore the little faces I make. Put it on our forehead. And on our chin and onto our nose. Alright, so now everything is done. We are going to go in with our mascara. I'm going to be using the Hourglass Unlocked Mascara. Loving this stuff, guys. I also went in with the same yellow and the same orange just on my under eye. And I curled my lashes. And now we're going in with mascara. Get you a little closer. Loving it. Alright, so last but not least is lipstick. We're going in with the new Makeup Forever. It's the new Makeup Forever Rogue Artist. It's in the shade 164 Sassy Rhubarb. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Probably ain't. And look how cute the packaging is, guys. I love it. And the lid, you can put it on top to make it easier to apply. I love it.